Fresh off a weekend in Jasper and a Super Bowl berth, Bordzy and the Pregaming crew is back in studio as we get set for an awesome Pacific Division matchup tonight. Number 2 and 3 in the Pacific going head-to-head for the first time this season. Kind of wild. We have yet to see the Anaheim Ducks. This could very well be a round 1 playoff preview going down this evening. Should be an entertaining one. Getting set. Bordzy, Menzies, Bert. We got intern Tristan. Boys are back. Feeling good to be back in studio once again. And folks, I hope you're paying Jeff Bezos his salary because tonight it's on Monday and it's on Prime.
Monday Night Hockey on Prime. It's Monday.
Do you know what day it's on?
On
Do you know
Prime.
what day it's on and where it's on? Because it's Monday and it's on Prime. Brett, Prime on Monday.
I was sitting there last night at about 10 p.m. I was watching YouTube and I got an ad and it said, Oilers, Ducks, tonight, only on Prime. And I sat there and went, tonight? I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's Sunday night. Fuck off.
Somebody got paid lots of money to write that slogan for Monday Night Hockey on Prime.
Now,
It's Monday.
I want to
on
make it
Prime.
very clear. I have never questioned what day of the week it's on and where to watch the
Yeah.
game. So they have successfully hammered it home. But
Call to action. You talk
My-
about call to action. They made sure everybody understood when and how.
so let's all get prepared. Brighter ice, no Jack, no Louie. Get your backup channel ready for intermissions as well. Or you
Yeah.
can tune in. What else did we see was on the Prime? We were just scrolling
Well, we
through
got the
Prime.
Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Oh, okay.
We got the Scotties
I would
Tournament
rather
of
watch
Hearts
that.
going
I
on.
would much rather watch that.
Yeah, no Rachel Holm, of course. She's the Olympic team representative. So
We could watch Drake May highlights. There's not many of them from the
well,
playoffs
that
this
would
year.
be about a minute from yesterday's game. So that would be quick. Yeah, we'll get no Oilers 50-50 talk tonight unless somehow they worm their way into Prime.
They find a way. What was it like winning hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Well,
It
I
was
gotta
sick,
say,
It was sick.
it changed my life.
I should say hello and welcome to Pregaming with Bordzy, brought to you by Bet365. 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Hope you live bet the comeback for the Edmonton Oilers on Saturday night. Hope you bet the New England Patriots. We all got a couple minutes out because Bordzy needs to address it. Then we can move on. This is an Oilers pregame show. The next couple weeks is going to be a Super Bowl pregame show as well. Because Menzies, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Time is an absolute flat circle. Drake May and the Patriots back in the soupy. It was one of the worst football games I have ever laid eyes on. Not to be outdone by the game they had the week before, which was also one of the worst football games I've watched. It's the least entertaining 3-game run you could ever make to the Super Bowl, but you don't complain. A win is a win is a win. We're taking down some very tough defenses, and I am tired of this quarterback argument. People are telling me about the easiest quarterback schedule ever to the Super Bowl. I just made the point to you and Brett. The Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game years ago didn't even play against a quarterback. Brock Purdy got hurt. Josh Johnson, the backup, got hurt. They had Christian McCaffrey throwing the football back there. Menzies, I know you're a Giants fan. So Eli Manning, as I said to you before, is not here to save the day. What was your reaction? You're the only one who can really talk shit successfully to the Pats. So the floor is yours.
Well, I mean, this has been quite a magical run of circumstances for the New England Patriots. I loved the Broncos yesterday, had them plus the points. The line was dropping at them earlier in the week at plus 4.5. I had them on the money line.
Everybody on the panel picked the Patriots. You texted me immediately.
Everybody is on the Pats. Everybody's on the Pats. I did not find the game that boring because, I love Championship Sunday for a variety of reasons. But sometimes you get games like this that are not – it's not a sexy football game. And I'm not trying to say it was a great, well-played game. But sometimes games be like that where punting matters. The weather matters. The football minutia matters.
That was a rock fight played on a football field last night.
So, yeah, and it goes to show the importance of especially teams.
It's 3 phases of football,
games,
Michael Menzies.
Both games, those were the turning points. The muffed kick for the Rams and 4 total missed field goals for Denver. And I really wish they would have kicked up 7-0. But alas, the Pats are there. Congrats. I hate to see it. It makes me ill to think about. But luckily, Seattle will clean your clock.
Sam
2 weeks
Darnold's
time.
history against the New England Patriots. Let me remind you, the man sees ghosts. I said something about the jerseys, red, white, and blue. Maybe Sam Darnold hates America. I don't know. What? Go Pats. We got 2 weeks to get ready for this one. I'm sure I'm going to be very annoying about it, so I apologize in advance, especially to Brett. I texted him bright and early this morning, and I said, I am buzzing. I am beaming. I am going to be insufferable for the next 2 weeks.
And shockingly, yes.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
As-
Who would have thought?
As delivered, yeah.
There's one thing I am consistent. You know who else is? Austin, because he's the first comment of the day. He didn't DM me today, so we do have that.
No.
He got the chat in successfully. Bordzy, you know the drill. These ducks can duck around and find out. Nice. The rest of you, my beautiful ON fam, time to go duck hunting. It's a cup year, because hope will never die. Nice, clear your throat there. You gotta get back into it.
Back.
Southpaw. I'm a man of few words. Cup year.
Cup, yeah.
Let's get it. This should be a good one. Also, that boomer. Back. The Patriots are back in the Super Bowl.
New England, who would have thought? I mean, they lost to the Raiders week 1. But it goes to show you. Vrabel.
Somebody earlier said every time Menzies is on Pregaming, the Oilers lose. Somebody also said, oh, look, the Separatist is on the show.
I'm getting labeled with incorrect fake news, quite frankly. The Oilers have won twice while I've been on. They've won twice. Now they do have a losing record. And
I think probably 100% on Bet the Under when you're on the show.
unders are typically very good. We've had a lot of low-scoring hockey when I've been here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
somehow
we
they're going to
have.
find a way tonight.
Oh, here it was from Vinny. Hey, the Separatist is back.
Also,
Not a
Vinny,
separatist.
run that through Google. Like, that's crazy spelling.
Augers
Calling
is a-
someone a separatist while spelling it like that? Not
That was
not the best
separatist.
look.
So the
Not
best
the
look.
best
Fake
look.
news. Fake
Yeah.
news. Augers is in. He said, can't believe Bush gave us such a performance on Saturday night. I still haven't stopped thinking about it. I've been watching all the highlights. And then he asked, who's getting the Hattie tonight? How about Evan Bouchard again? Because he was the best player on the ice. Not particularly close. Even though Connor McDavid had 5 points of his own, Bouchard, he was a man possessed. We'll get into that recap in just a second. Bob Stauffer, Bouch, just take Carney's job at this point. Hashtag Bouch for PM. Menzies, when you're on, it gets political.
It
You're
very
bringing
well
out
does.
of folks.
I guess the commenter did not like Carney's speech in WEF. We don't have to go World Economic Forum.
Fighting Amish said,
rabbit hole.
let's go Oilers. Duck à l'orange, I believe is how you would say that, is on the menu tonight. Let's feast.
Always
Did I
want,
do that right?
I don't know, but I always want to try the duck confit at Ernest's at Nate.
Oh,
I made the duck confit when I did my
Oh,
Ernest
you
segment.
Suck.
Yeah.
That's the student restaurant where they teach kids, and we would do like a Martha Stewart like cooking segment, and you'd have to
Yes.
learn. I learned how to make duck confit.
I
It's
wish.
rated
Do I
like
remember? Absolutely
a
not.
top 100 restaurant or something in the province.
Shout
So
out
there's
Ernest.
some propaganda.
Shout out
Be
Ernest.
careful raising your arms on this type of show.
Yeah, you've
No.
already done that a couple of
Be
times.
careful.
I think you have a
Menzies
quota.
is on, yeah, it's
Things
gonna be
can
a
get
tough one.
freeze framed,
It's gonna be tough.
and you next thing you know, it's
I'm a patriot. I'm a patriot, Menzies.
Yeah.
I'm a patriot.
Backwards hat, weird
Yeah.
mustache. That's crazy.
I want to make more jokes, and this is no pattern right now. I'm not good. Thank you, Brett. KV's in.
Okay,
and
I
said,
thought that was the alarm from downstairs for a second again.
folks, I apologize
restarting.
if at some point during tonight's shows the building alarm starts going
Yeah.
off, because not only did it happen earlier, shout out Payton for that one. It wasn't Was. It was not Was. It was Payton. But then about an hour later, the alarm started going off again when it was just us.
Yeah. Nobody
Very,
moved
very
either.
spooky.
Yeah.
Could be ghosts. Could be human beings. Could be someone breaking in or breaking out. Is Battle still here? Yeah, he
Hopefully.
is. Yeah, he is. And then, a couple people sadistic. Happy game day. Let's go Oilers and Seahawks. So I do have some enemies out there as well. We'll take that.
Yeah, you ought to. I think most of public perception, people that don't have a dog in the fight will be rooting for
Now,
Seattle.
let me present this to you, though. This regime of the Patriots is way more likable. Mike Vrabel is so likable. Drake May is likable. It's not angry old Bill Belichick.
We have fewer reasons to hate the Patriots. However,
It's fair. That's it. I respect it. I understand it. I would hate my guts too, but
however,
it's nice being on this side. It's nice. Also, first thing before we start, Brett, Nation
we're
Vacation.
15 minutes.
It's coming up. And we're starting right now. Nation Vacation, you see it there, nationgear.ca. The deadline is coming up. I believe it's at some point this week that you got to lock in. But as you see on your screen, there is the 20% deposit. So this week, it's deciding time for you. You can throw down your 20% deposit. You still have the option to pay later when we leave in late March. But I think this week is the week you got to get it in 100% and come party with the team out in Las Vegas. Oh, man, we were in Jasper. I was in Jasper for 2 nights this weekend, and I'm already partied out. And I say that as I reach for my solo cup that I have here.
Yeah, your dry January has gone real well.
It hasn't gone well. It hasn't gone well. Let me tell you that. Now the boys are going to be in the Super Bowl, carrying over to February. But there it is, nationgear.ca. Come on the Nation Vacation. It's going to be a great time. Now, yesterday's football game, boring. The other one was amazing. Saturday night's Oilers game, dude, it was anything but. It was absolute cinema. The meme of that one, it was entirely that 6-5. Oh, Brett, you say it for me.
Overtime winner.
Can't believe I almost stepped on your toes right there. That was bad of me. Hand up accountability. But it was an unreal hockey game. You couldn't have asked. We had a watch party down at the JPL, and the people obviously were feeling it with their beverages. And this outcome, this ending was absolutely unbelievable. Capped off by a Connor McDavid breakaway goal that was just Evan Bouchard making athlete plays. That's what I was yelling all night long. Picking the puck out of the air, getting tripped, still sending the puck down to Connor McDavid.
Athlete plays. That's what you were saying.
Yes, I was just screaming athlete. Every time he keeps it in at the blue line, I just scream the word athlete. Brett knows. Because he's an athlete out there. He makes plays for the Edmonton Oilers. It was an unbelievable sequence here, as you'll see it starting down in the Capitals' end, works its way back. And this was just Evan Bouchard's night, man. He obviously finished with 3 goals, 3 apples, none bigger than the one here. Athlete takes it out of the air, gets tripped, athlete on the tape to Connor McDavid, athlete. And then he takes care of the rest. And you saw it, McDavid's reaction. Never gets sick of this with a little bit of emotion. He has to point to Evan Bouchard as well because he knows. And the entire team was vocal about it after the game. It was record nights for Evan Bouchard. It was just an unbelievable performance.
Anytime you can add your name to lists that include the likes of Sprague Clayton, of Reg Noble, of Doug Crossman, who we all know are the undisputed legends of the game. It's just what an evening. So great for Bouchard. You know, in chess, they have a term called a grandmaster's immortal game. Kasparov's immortal game. Doesn't have to be in the World Championships or whatever. It's just a game that's so well played. I don't think Bouchard's going to have a 7-point game in his career. For all intents and purposes, it was kind of his immortal game. The Oilers needed it because there was a tension brooding in Rogers Place that night. I think Knobloch was anxious. I think it was you showed that with
yanking Connor Ingram, 3 goals in.
You know, they were doing well, but the response shifts by Washington were going into the back of the net. The power play was struggling earlier on. So there was a tension to this game, and the Oilers, you know, staring down the barrel of, for the first time, losing 3 straight in regulation. So it showed a lot. Hopefully they kept, I always think in these types of games, you know, do they keep the aspirin in the broadcaster's booth? Because they say, you know, a couple aspirin just in case if you have a heart attack, couple there can, you know, thin the
Jack
blood.
Michael sounded like he was about to have a heart attack.
The 1 minute mark, he was starting to really gasp for air, and I'm not sure he was going to pull through.
Well, he gets to rest up tonight because obviously the game's going to be on Amazon Prime. So rest up those vocal cords.
But is he going to do the Ched?
Yeah, probably.
Does he relegate Cam Moon?
I feel like most times he does.
Yeah.
Jack, but maybe because that final minute in overtime, our boy Jack was screaming, and that's why he is the best in the business. But Menzies, I agree. I do not think it is hyperbole. I said the phrase legacy game 100 times on Oilers Nation After Dark on Saturday night because it was exactly that for Evan Bouchard. Everybody on the team is so vocal about, Connor McDavid said it, not just a top defenseman in the NHL, he is a top player in the NHL. He played just under 30 minutes in that hockey game, and he was unbelievable. Let me ask you, though, you did mention it, Chris Knobloch, it was a questionable decision on my end in the moment. At the end of the day, hindsight is 2020. Thank you, Captain Hindsight. correct move from one Chris Knobloch. Tristan Jarry comes in. The Oilers do get the 2 points. They get the W. I'm curious your reaction in the moment, because all of us at the JPL freaking out, no idea. I felt it's been weird how Nobby's been treating the goalies. I think, that you said it showed us a lot. It showed us 100% that Tristan Jarry is the 1A to this team, because I thought it was questionable that Jarry got to start Thursday night against Pittsburgh after he played Tuesday against the Devils. I thought it was questionable he was still in the game after allowing 3 goals on 4 shots 3 minutes into the game, but Nobby decided to keep him in then. And then Connor Ingram, it wasn't his best performance. I don't think he was necessarily awful. That third goal looked ugly, but it redirected off of Spencer Snasty's skate and then beat him 5-hole. It worked at the end of the day. That's why it's hashtag in Nobby we trust. What was your reaction in the moment?
Well, my reaction was Knobloch feels the pressure right now. Because particularly
especially dropping the 2 games earlier in the week on home ice.
Exactly. They weren't playing that well at home. And even in the first period, they're all over the Capitals. They have 2 breakaways in the first 5 minutes. They can't score. They get a late goal. Okay, we can justify the period. And on the first shot sequences against, tough scenario for Ingram, but rebound pops out and it's put in. They go back and forth again, and then the 3-2 goal live looked a little ugly. We see the replay. It's deflected. I just thought it was much more revealing for Knobloch on where he thought the team was at, that they needed a bit of a cattle prod. It really didn't turn the momentum of the game that much, though. It's still seed and sawed back and forth.
And then in the third period, it was just the Edmonton Oilers star players taking over the game. And
was Ingram sharp in the game? Not really. No.
But I don't think he was bad. I'm going angled. I'm not going full thumbs down. I'm going angled because, again, I don't think the Oilers were playing their best, possibly in front of him. But that's why Nobby gets paid the big bucks, baby.
I didn't think that they were playing that poorly either. But these response shifts they were not ready for, and Justin sort of was all over it. And he's a guy that Washington's pro scouts have done extremely well the last couple seasons, sussing out who to get. They used a 2nd-round pick to steal him out of Florida's organization, and he's paid huge dividends while Dubois has been out. So the Caps, like the Ducks here tonight, it'll be the 4th straight time that the Oilers face a team that just the night before beat the Calgary Flames. And how the Ducks did it last night, I'm not quite sure. Did you watch any of that game? No. I don't blame you. I wouldn't have either.
I finished the Patriots game and I went right to bed after a weekend in Jasper. I was done.
You were early to bed. The Ducks at one point were down 2-0 in the second period, and the shots were 20-3 for Calgary. And the Ducks came back. They never led in the game. Seneca scored 2, and then obviously Kreider the tying goal, and then they kind of stole it in overtime. So they're hot right now, 7 in a row, streakiest team in the league.
They are unbelievable. We'll get into it a little bit later, but the run they had to start the season, and then they lost, I think it was 0-8-1 stretch right before they've now won 7 games in a row.
Yeah.
And their ability to do it with all the injuries they have in their lineup right now, it's truly, truly wild. But as for tonight's hockey game, the Edmonton Oilers obviously got back in the win column on Saturday. 1 win down. Let's get to 2 and maybe go for 3.
Hey, I don't know why that would be important. But
as for tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, they're going to have some reinforcements back in the lineup as Kasperi Kapanen is back into the lineup for the Oilers. There you see some notes from one Tony Brar. Josh Samanski will make his NHL debut. Put a pin in that for just 1 second. Cheeks makes his return back in, which means Andrew Mangiapane will come out of the lineup. He was playing in the top 6. Rats, brother. Hopefully he upped up his trade value a little bit in that little stint. And then finally, Tristan Jarry, as we just said, it seems pretty consistent here that he is the 1A for the Oilers. He will get the start this evening. But I want to start talking about Cheeks back in the lineup. So he missed 3 games this last week because we remember he caught an edge when crashing into the boards. I don't know if they ever officially disclosed his injury, but he is going to be back in the lineup. Back in his second line spot. There you see his numbers on the season. 3 goals, 6 apples, 9 points in 14 games. But the chemistry he has built on that second line dating back to last season and in the NHL playoffs. Pods, Dry, and Cheeks. They just know how to play together, man. And Kapanen this year, you look at those numbers. For a guy who missed 36 games, due to injury, came back in and looked like he didn't skip a beat. He fit in like a glove and was producing. Obviously, bad luck in that injury where he catches that edge. What an addition to get Kasperi back in the lineup. And then, Mangiapane, he will be health bombed once again for the Edmonton Oilers. Kasperi Kapanen actually spoke to the media earlier this morning talking about his injury and kind of the difficulties this season has been. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, I got to stop getting hurt because I have to talk to you guys every time I come back. So, it's been frustrating. You never want to re-injure your injury, obviously. So hopefully no more setbacks, and just excited to get back out there again. I think one of the things that I've been trying to emphasize on is being consistent. And I think throughout the 14 games that I play this year, I feel like my level has been pretty good throughout all of them, which is important, which I'm trying to focus on. And when you play with guys like Leo and Bordzy, they do make it easy for you. And for some reason, I think our chemistry is clicking really well right now. So we got to take advantage of that and just keep playing well.
Consistency is key, and I'd argue Cheeks has been as consistent as they come, dating back to last year when he was claimed off waivers from the St. Louis Blues. Menzies, always good to see our boy Cheeks back in the lineup.
Well, this is a very important season for Kapanen. He's playing for a new contract, so I'm sure he's frustrated in that respect where, look, it's obvious you want to play for one, but two, he's playing for a new contract, and I'm sure, he's looking at the opportunity with Draisaitl saying, let's make this more than just, 14-game thing throughout the season. Let's play. So it's big because he's been a very useful player for the Edmonton Oilers. There's no doubt. Kapanen in the lineup changes the complexion a little bit. And, Draisaitl had a tough week. He went home. He's dealing with family stuff. You have to fly back, red eye. It's a long flight. It's been a couple days since he's been able to come back. He's dealing with something. So, hopefully just getting that chemistry back together helps each of them as they go through, whether it be the family side of things for Draisaitl or the injury side of things for Cap.
Yeah, I like Kasperi Kapanen. I like how he's had humor in most of his interviews. There he goes and talks to the media about, I don't want to talk to you guys anymore. He's just a player you love. And we're a very simple fan base in the guys that we love. It is hit, be fast, have effort. And Kasperi Kapanen has been exactly those things since joining the Edmonton Oilers, trying to earn those bucks. I like that point there about the contract year. And he's been putting up points. He has been producing. That's something I don't think about nearly enough. Good point, Michael Menzies. So Kapanen won't be the only addition back into the lineup. As we saw there announced by Tony Brar, Josh Samanski has been recalled from the Bakersfield Condors and will make his NHL debut this evening. The Oilers, in a corresponding move, sent down forward Isaac Howard back down to the AHL and Bakersfield. For Samanski, 23 years old, from Germany. There you get a look at his numbers this season in the AHL. 7 goals, 21 apples, 28 points, 24 of which of those points have been at 5v5. He only has 4 apples on the power play. Now, I defer to my prospects guys in Michael Menzies and one producer, Brett Holden, as you guys are probably more up to date on this stuff than me. But in his first professional season over in North America, this dude has been awesome. And I can't lie to you, I was pretty surprised this morning when I saw that he was the name announced. Also, how dope has it been for how many actual good contributors the Oilers have called up from Bakersfield this season?
Yeah.
Like, you've called up Ike Howard at points, Samansky, Quinn Hudson, Max Jones, Riley Stillman, if you want to throw that in there as well. And it's been wild. The minor league system is actually possibly working here for the Edmonton Oilers. Samansky, obviously, 23 years young, born in Germany, will play for Team Germany at the upcoming Olympics. So shout out teammate 1, Leon Draisaitl. Menzies, I'll defer to you here. There's a lot to like about Samansky's game. He's obviously very young, but he's got size, speed, physicality, 3 things that we as Oilers fans know and love. Tonight, we suspect, it's not fully confirmed yet, the Oilers lineup, but we think he's going to be playing 3C, which is a role the Edmonton Oilers have been looking to try and fill. So who knows? I don't know exactly what your expectations should be for him in his first NHL game, but how do you feel about the call-up?
Well, I like that Samansky, who was another one of these kind of flyer signings that Stan Bowman, put together, we saw it not work so well with Tomaszek, but other guys, obviously Quinn Hudson's having a terrific season, AHL All-Star. Samansky's another one who has worked his way up.
I forgot Connor Clattenburg when I said all those names.
Yeah, Clattenburg as well is filled in and as a young buck. And so unfortunate for him, there's his hand injury now that's going to keep him out for a long time. But on Samansky, I mean, his arrows are just pointing up right now. To translate his game, where it took a big step and a good look at the World Championships for Germany. Well, obviously, we'll get a great experience for the Winter Games coming up in a couple weeks' time. This is a good call up, and it's the type that, okay, his game likely suits playing much more of a bottom six role than maybe Isaac Howard's at the moment. I thought Howard looked better at times through this call-up than maybe the start of the season. I thought it was unfortunate. Howard had a good chance on Saturday, wasn't able to bury. But there's going to be a bit of a yo-yo here. What all of this does is give Bowman more trade options and flexibility, depending if he wants to go that route for the deadline, right? And how he wants to improve the team. Does he lean on young bucks to play more, or could these be used as pieces and not future picks? That could also be an option as well. Or they keep him, he plays well, and that's great. And that would make everybody happy too.
I think on paper, you look at the style of player that Samansky is, and you go, okay, this may be exactly what the Oilers have lacked in that 3C spot. And then, once again, we're drinking the Kool-Aid here. Pre-gaming is about hype and optimism. Imagine that worked, and then it opens up so many more options at the trade deadline. Could the Oilers maybe go big game hunting instead of trying to fill in tertiary bottom six pieces? Who knows? Vinny also asked earlier, Bordzy, what's your take on Howard being sent down? I think this whole season, I've kind of had my expectations this year that, in my opinion, like Matt Savoy is 1 year ahead of Ike Howard. And we saw last year Matt Savoy kind of up, down type of dealio. And I think Ike Howard still has to go through those growing pains of playing professional hockey, going back down into Bakersfield. I don't think it's the worst thing for him. He has had flashes recently. Like we've seen Uncle Roslovic and the kids, Howard and Matt Savoy, have flashes where good offensive opportunity. We've also still seen some of the same issues where Howard takes maybe a dumb penalty here, goes 1-on-4 at this opportunity, and he just needs to get those things out of his game. And you got to reward good play in the AHL as well. And there's a lot of good players this season for the Oilers in the AHL.
Well,
it's
nice just to play a normal complement of forwards and have this ability again to call a forward up. Jarry must be healthy. He's going to play his third consecutive game here. The whole Calvin Pickard thing continues just to be a background scenario for the team. But it's nice that they were able to call someone up, that Kapanen was able to get back. They could make these moves, because what I didn't like last week about the 11-7 was it didn't allow the Oilers to reward a player like Samansky, a player like Hudson to get another look or another option altogether.
It's funny when we mention those names, because I remember at the beginning of the season, forget who we were talking to, maybe it was Holtby from the Condors, but it was like, hey, who's the most likely call up from Bakersfield? And he said Roby Jarventia, who we have yet to see up in an Oilers jersey. We've got an embarrassment of riches down there in the minor leagues. Also, Super Chat in the chat. Reminder, all your Super Chats are in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation, and it's Bob Stauffer, $6.99. Said Nurse needs to put those wet jeans in the dryer before tonight. Amen, brother. But my confidence in that, probably not very high.
Nurse screenshots where you can just see him, trying to play goal while the forward is behind him at the side of the net, jamming home.
No, this is optimism. We're not doing this. But Josh Samansky did do his media roundup earlier this morning. First game. Curious. They should be hitting the ice right away now. No Bucky. I hope no Bucky. But he spoke to the media talking about his transition playing professionally in North America. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, I think obviously getting to North America again for the first time, a little bit of a learning curve, but I think from staff to players we did a good job, helping me adjust, and I just felt really comfortable from the get-go, and so I think I improved my two-way game, and it's been good there. I don't know if I would call it expecting, but obviously that's why you come over. You want to get a chance, and so I'm very happy that I can get the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to showcase my skills.
Boy, does that kid look young, man. 23 years old. That's Reese. Brett, that was a great point. While that video played, he said, that looks like Reese, who was a star on Oilers Nation After Dark on Saturday night.
I heard.
Look out. Look out, brother. We got Reese off the sauce again and get him going. Reese was the MVP.
Well, Reese needs to be on the sauce, I think, it's part to be a star, but it helps.
Is he there?
Lubricant.
No, he's gone. No, he's gone. Man.
Mark.
Good. Let's chirp him when he's not here. That's good. As for tonight, the Anaheim Ducks, they are the enemy. They're playing game 4 of a 5-game road trip, and they're currently on a 7-game winning streak. They are red hot. It's the longest active streak currently in the NHL. It is also their second 7-game win streak of the season. Over this run, dude, they've beat some good teams. They beat Dallas, LA twice. They beat Colorado.
Good teams.
They beat
included LA. Good
they
teams.
beat playoff position Seattle Kraken. They beat the Kraken. And I kind of mentioned it earlier, but the craziest part is that they have done this while dealing with some pretty significant injuries, man. Mason McTavish, he missed the last 3 games. Leo Carlsson has been out for weeks. January 10th, expected to be out 3 to 5 weeks, I believe. Troy Terry has been out. Frank Vetrano has been out. Yet here they are going on a run and 3rd in the Pacific Division, only 1 point behind the Edmonton Oilers. Joel Quenneville, the bench boss, he's gotten in here. Obviously, Anaheim has been hyped up. A very, very bad team the last couple seasons, trying to retool, rebuild, get young talent. And this has been their breakout season. Look at them, 28, 21, and 3. They're actually, if you go straight up wins, losses, they are one of the few teams that have more wins than losses in the Western Conference in general. And it's crazy to say, Menzies, but this could very well be a round 1 matchup for the Edmonton Oilers. And it will also be the first matchup this season between the Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks. And boy, are we getting them when they're hot. However, we are getting a backup goaltender tonight, so we have that. We have that feather in our cap. Thoughts on the matchup?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really compelling because both these teams know, well, we could see each other later, right? And Anaheim is a team obviously on the rise, but have not been scared away. Reese is back.
Reese is here.
Yeah,
Reese is here.
They've been on the rise and have not been scared to take wins off of very good teams, as you list. So they've been extremely streaky. You know, last night I thought they were probably fortunate to come back against Calgary, but they found a way. And all these younger pieces, yes, we're going to see Cutter Gauthier, who's been terrific, leads the way points-wise for the Ducks. Beckett Seneca, who was kind of a surprise pick when he went. You know, Caden Lindstrom was a darling of that draft. Demidov went after him as well. But he had a hat trick last night, 18 goals on his year. The D-core, Jackson Lacomb's good. Pavel Mintyukov, he wanted a trade, doesn't want to trade anymore. He's playing consistently. Olin Zellweger. So they've got the younger pieces that are now furnished by vets. Chris Kreider, you know.
Gudis, Trouba.
Yeah, go on and on. They've been able to get vets for cents on the dollar, probably overpaid for Killorn, but they got him anyway. Mikkel Granlund has come in. So they got a nice team. They got a nice team coming in Anaheim.
What do you mean Seneca was a surprise pick? It seemed like he knew he was going there the whole time. It seemed like he was in on the loop the whole time.
He's been unbelievable, man. He scored a hattie last night against the Calgary Flames as well. So, as we always say, I want the team to win the first game of the back-to-back. But you could say, I guess they always beat the Capitals. But the first 2 games this week, that was not the way. The Oilers looked like the team on the second half of a back-to-back. Let's go now. Need to know info brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, because only the finest tasting meat products earn the Will Hawk name. Made from 100% Alberta beef, their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. They gladly fill orders of any size, and you can find their jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location. So this will be the first matchup between the Oilers and the Ducks this season. They will meet again in Anaheim on February 25th, and then the final game at Rogers Place on March 28th. Only 3 matchups this season.
More than half the remaining games for the Oilers are against the Pacific.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
You know,
got a lot of those road games out of the way earlier in the first half of the season, so a lot of those as well are on home ice. You got to win these ones, especially this long stretch at home right now for the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers have also won 11 of their last 15 against the Anaheim Ducks, but they went 1-3 last season. And in those 4 games, I believe they only scored a total of 10 goals. So I need some offense. However, Menzies is here. So don't be banking on offense right now. The under might be the play.
Yeah, but hey, we're 2-0 on Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
Which is Monday Night Hockey.
Is it on Monday and is it on Prime?
I think it's on Prime.
I think it might be on Monday.
It's only on Prime.
Only.
On Prime.
John
for the Anaheim
Forsland.
Ducks, there you see it. The head-to-head. Love looking at this. All yellow for the Edmonton Oilers. So the Anaheim Ducks, they rank 13th in goals for, 31st in goals allowed, 26th on the power play, and 23rd on the PK, which is a little bit surprising when you see the 28, 21, and 3 record.
It doesn't quite make sense.
No, it does not.
Right?
5v5 squad, but they're also 13th in goals for.
They've been a real statistical anomaly.
They're like
this
Drake May,
year.
Menzies. They find a way.
Yeah,
they find a way.
They've been
Okay.
finding ways, and their power play last year was ghastly, horrible. It was something like 14%
Good
dead
word
last.
choice.
Yeah, putrid,
That's where I was about to go.
nauseating. So regardless,
Get that syllables thing up again.
and they've
Or not
only
syllables,
like-
synonyms.
they've come up a few percent, but not a whole ton. So, some would call it a cold play for them, but nevertheless, they're on the come up.
Ooh, that was good.
And it was all yellow.
That was unbelievable. That was fantastic. Cutter Gauthier does lead the Anaheim Ducks in goals and points. 23 goals, 23 apples, 46 points in 51 games. Leo Carlson, he is a point per game player, but he has now missed a solid stretch of time here, expected to miss 3 to 5 weeks. In his last game, I believe, January 10th. Chris Kreider, he has 17 goals on the season, and then we've mentioned him repeatedly. Beckett Seneke, man, he has been a revelation for these Anaheim Ducks, and big last night against the Calgary Flames. The starting goal. Yes, Brett?
I just also wanted to say, in regards to Amazon Prime, we should also be aware that since it's on Prime and it's on Monday, puck drop probably won't be until a little later. So
That's true. That's true.
I am
True.
sitting here
Anything
refreshing.
is better than Tuesday's Devils game, the 8:20 puck drop, and the Oilers just took a shit on the ice for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That was tough. I'm not going to complain about this job very often. I will complain about
I
that.
say that before you say starting goalies or move on to anything as we sit and wait for final word, because it might be pretty late.
Well, I'm sure Andy Petrello's got some things teed up. On Monday Night Hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Remember she was on Hockey Night? Andy Petrello. She had that show with PJ Stock.
I loved her.
PJ
I love Andy Petrello.
Yeah.
She was on
Great.
One Soccer.
What does PJ Stock do now?
It's a good question. They really tried to make
Yeah.
PJ Stock a
He was like the
thing.
young guy. He was
Yeah. Remember, I played briefly with Wayne.
Nobody remembers.
I was
Nobody
like,
remembers PJ.
Stock? What?
Lucas Dostal is now, I see it, Daily Faceoff, or he played last night, so confirmed tonight. Now it is as of 3 minutes ago. Ville Husso will start for the
Husso.
Anaheim Ducks. 6-4-1 record, 2.82 goals against, but an ugly 888 save percentage on the season.
Can I make something I read about save percentages? So save percentages.
Oh, and he's not a
are-
save percentage podcast anymore.
No, exactly. But tomorrow I'll tune in because they have the top the top 13 Eurasian born players who could be traded deadline
Possibly it could be anybody.
Yeah,
A lot of trade options.
they're mining the Iron Curtain now for save percentage. So save percentage is down, what we know, but shot totals are down, and there is reasons. This was an article that was done about a month ago on The Athletic. So you notice how the shot totals are changing during the game all the time. It drives you
as a better of shot total of shots on goal.
yes.
They're messing with it.
It drives you nuts. So the chip that they have in the puck is calculating whether the shot, if the goalie wasn't in the net, would have gone in. So saves that look like normal goalie saves from years in the past will sometimes be taken off the shot total list because they have determined that the shot would have been going wide. So they're not counting those shots on goals. and therefore shot totals are down, and therefore save percentage is down. They're being much, much stricter about the shot on goal with the technology that they have.
I
How
hate
about that?
that as a guy who bets shots on goal on Bet365. And now that explains why we make these post-game graphics with our goaltender stats. And I swear the last like 5
Yes.
games in the morning, the numbers are different.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like an idiot on After Dark. It's not me.
If it
No.
hits pads, it's a save.
If you stop the puck,
Who
that's
gives a
save.
shit? Are you kidding me?
I hate that. But
Right.
shout out Menzies. That's keeping his ear on the ground.
There you go.
Our soldier. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let's go now. Home team lineup. Still waiting to see here for the Edmonton Oilers. Should be hitting the ice right now. Samanski's wearing a bucket.
Oh, really? He wants to protect his cranium just in case anything happens. He's got a big hockey tournament in February, I think.
Hey, it's a smart move.
Yeah, but come on.
No messing around. All business here for our boy Josh Szymanski. But let's
He
get into
probably
it.
saw a picture of like Draisaitl on the team with cigarettes in their mouth for the 1,000. And he's like, what is that? I don't even know. He's such a naive looking boy.
They say he's 23 years old. He looks 12. Let's go. Maybe he's our new Nuge. Home team lineup brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Download the app today. Take advantage of one of their many deals. The loyalty rewards you can get up there once you sign up. Download the app. You know the drill by now. They got new menu items as well. There's some new. There was like coconut shrimp or something. I had it recently. Either way, maybe it was pineapple shrimp. It's unbelievable. You know me by now. I'm a loyal man. I'm a noodle man. Fuck Walkbox is how I always close out these ad reads. So we don't have 100% confirmation yet for the Edmonton Oilers on their lineup. We do know Kasperi Kapanen will make his return to the lineup. We do know Josh Szymanski will make his NHL debut. These are the projected lineup. Just waiting for our boy Tony Brar. He's tweeting other things right now. I need the lineup, brother. But we suspect could be Nuge, McDavid, Hyman. Obviously, never change up that top line ever again. Your second line, Pods, Leon Draisaitl with Kasperi Cheeks Kapanen. And then your third line, similar to recently, but Jack Roslovic will now play the wing. Matt Savoy, we suspect, with Josh Szymanski playing 3C, and then one Jack Roslovic. Your fourth line has been pretty consistent lately, if I'm being 100% honest. Matthias Janmark, Curtis, frickin' Laser Beams, Lazar, and Trent Frederick. Your deep pairings staying the same. Ekholm with Bush, Nurse with Ty Emberson, Jake Woolman with Spencer Stastny. So while we wait here, maybe.
Well, I
for
have a question. How many points do you think Stastny has?
No, Bucky.
No, Bucky? Okay, so
No,
that was just an older
Bucky.
video I saw then.
Oh,
Nice, boys.
Yes.
Pay the fine for him.
There you
Spotlight
go.
on him. Also, look at that lettuce. That's some good lettuce right there.
he'd move. He looks like the curly-haired kid in So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, underrated movie. That
It's
totally
like a
got me
virtual
distracted.
planetoid. It has its own weather system.
Look at that. Harrison Cates
He's
finally
handsome.
grew up.
He's handsome.
Harrison Cates finally grew up.
That's a good-looking man.
Shout out Oilers Plus. Credit the Edmonton Oilers for that one as well. So as we're on the topic of one Josh Szymanski, Brett also, I believe, lineups just hit. We do have a clip here. Chris Knobloch speaking to the media this morning talking about Josh Szymanski making his NHL debut.
Well, Josh, when he came here, obviously he didn't really know what he's going to provide, especially the coaching staff has never seen him play. Don't know what he is and if he's ever going to play in the NHL. He came to training camp, had an outstanding camp, made a very strong impression with everybody, and he wasn't ready to be in the NHL from day one, but went down to Bakersfield playing the North American game, obviously in the AHL, and was down there and played really well. And he's not, a lot of guys scoring points. He hasn't really thrived on the power play. He's played a little bit on the power play. He's got a few points there, but he's been a very good 5-on-5 player, reliable defensively. But I think, we were just talking about Kapanen earlier about having a little more speed to our lineup, a little more tenaciousness, maybe a little bit of physicality, but just a guy who can get in on the forecheck and play with some speed. And, he has that. And he's not going to be trading chances. He's pretty reliable. And, so this is a great opportunity for him. And we're excited to see him.
I'm excited to see what the youngster can do. Fighting Amish said that's creative player here. And then Andrew said he looks stiff and nervous, To which Mr. Burns said, "Your face looks stiff and nervous." Let's go. Tension in the catch. You didn't think she's just met, but I like that rider. The best dressed guy
Smithers,
at the gym.
your face looks stiff and nervous.
81 is a good looking number. I agree. For one
Okay,
John
I just
Szymanski.
looked this up. How many Edmonton Oilers all time do you think have worn number 81?
One, Taylor Fadoon.
That is one of them.
3.
There's 2. Johan Ovitu was the other one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should have had that. I 100%.
You're the numbers
should have
guy.
had that.
You
I
are the
know.
numbers guy.
Big numbers guy.
I saw him once at the Solary Children's Hospital.
Shout out. What a good
There
guy.
you
What a
go.
good guy.
There
Both of you
go.
guys, were you okay?
Yeah, it was a media thing, and Nate. Yeah. it was
Okay.
fine.
Okay. All right then. Well,
He was
I'm
working
actually
for the
real
Oilers
mad about that.
we did just get confirmation. The lineup we showed you is accurate. It is confirmed now by Tony Brar and our boys Bob Stauffer. How much is the fine for going no Bucky?
Oh,
I
I,
assume
I
$5
think
grand?
it's $100,000. Could you imagine? It was so much larger.
Just an
You could
egregious.
decapitate somebody
Yeah.
and it'd be $5
Yeah,
grand,
it's
but
fine.
no helmet.
Oh, what do you think about William Nylander's $5,000 fine?
Okay, I'm getting sick of Nylander's whole thing.
That was just dumb. It wasn't
You
funny.
know,
It was just weird.
I
It was like
don't,
something a 12-year-old would do.
I don't like
And
when people that are like heading into their 30s and they're still doing the like middle finger Facebook profile picture. I just think it looks so.
A lot of separatists on Facebook probably have that. You probably in a lot of groups.
They probably
a lot of
do.
groups.
It's usually just the word.
It's
and
me
then,
doing this.
and then Trudeau. Yeah, it's usually fuck Trudeau, fuck Carney.
That was the third fist up for you, by the way.
Yeah, this is,
We're gonna get 2 more at least. Our logo is that.
yeah. But I just like why? Like
It's
he
dumb.
he can't put a shirt on for the post game.
That I have no problem with. He's hot. I'm okay with that.
But it's just like, come on.
It's too much.
Come
It's
on.
too much. And
You
like,
got your head coach with the biggest gash on the head that a person
his
has
2
ever
eyes
seen.
are just fucking such big black.
And
What
meanwhile,
happened to Craig
Cute
Berube?
little Nylander up in the press box as his team's getting beat down by the Avalanche.
I
Like, come on.
I want the chat to speculate what happened to Craig Berube. I need to know. He said what, weightlifting accident?
It was in the gym.
He looks like he was underwater and like was way too deep and like ruptured everything. Like I don't.
It had to be skull crushers, you think, which involves, yeah.
Oh, actually,
But that you're
and the
holding
shape
a
of
weight,
that-
though. You're holding a weight while you're doing it.
actually, now you say that, Skull Crusher, the way the bar is
Yeah.
even kind of shaped like that.
I'm guessing.
Brett, stop doing what you're doing behind the scenes right now, or put yourself on
I'm
camera.
guessing it was a skull crusher or that he like pancaked on a treadmill. or
Yeah, I was
something
like, or
that.
like he passed out and just like fell.
Yeah.
Either way, we're speculating on how old Craig Berube got injured in the gym, but I know I'm not the only one thinking it. He gave an interview over the weekend, and I was watching it, and I turned to somebody here at Oilers Nation. I went, I didn't listen to a word he just said.
The reveal
Was
at
just
the
staring.
pregame when he is wearing his hat and you just see the black guy, to then seeing his head cut so viciously open. My
Tough,
goodness.
tough go. He is tough. We do know that about him from his history in the NHL, but god damn. Let's go now. Starting goaltender report brought to you by Dog Patch. Keep it locked on our socials. The best menu in the game. I could go for some focaccia bread right now. However, Dog Patch is locked. Front door's locked. Feel like everyone should know that.
Yeah.
Peyton, who has been setting the alarm off all day here at Oilers Night. Holy shit, Brett. I'm not even kidding you. I thought that was just really crazy timing and it was actually going off. Okay, we're good here at Oilers Nation HQ. Shout out Dog Patch. Throw it up for me, Bert. Tell the tape between the 2 goaltenders. More yellow for the Edmonton Oilers on the season. This includes pen numbers. Jarry, 2-8 and 2 goals against with a 900 save percentage. However, with the Edmonton Oilers, I do believe it's in the 880 range. And then we've got Ville Husso, 3.08 with an 888 of his own. Tristan Jarry, we talked about it. I think he is clearly the 1A for the Edmonton Oilers. And as he works his way back from injury here, Chris Knoblauch seems very, very committed to him being the starter for the Oilers. While the other side, I've been loving the idea of second half back-to-backs when our enemies take on the Calgary Flames the night before.
The concept of it
In
is
theory, it works.
Yeah.
In theory, communism works, Menzies, but in reality,
political show.
yeah, we're getting all over it.
Well, you have put your fist up 3 times, so I know where you stand.
Husso, though, tonight, obviously he's the backup for the Ducks. It was Lucas Dostal last night. That's advantageous for the Edmonton Oilers, but I would be lying to you if I didn't say I wasn't concerned about the backup goalie curse, whatever the hell it is. I do a lot of after darks. It's a real thing, people.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it lately. Even Lindgren giving up 6, but he was
awesome,
bouncing around, and particularly early on in that game. So, the Oilers finishing early in games, these first periods, getting to an early lead. That's going to be crucial tonight. I mean, the Ducks, they came back anyways yesterday, but come on, the Oilers, I think, for their own confidence, they have to bear down and start finishing earlier in the games. Again, 2 breakaways in the first 5 minutes against the Caps. Let the Caps kind of wade into the hockey game while they didn't have a shot on frickin' goal. And the period's tied when they ended, and it was back and forth. So if you're the better team, prove it. You got to prove it. You got to prove it on the scoreboard, because how many games in the last handful were like, well, let's just burn the tape. Well, let's burn it.
There was a lot of that talk after the Devils game, I remember, and I was, no, you need to learn do the opposite of the first 40 minutes of that. Also, Andrew said, Bordzy, separatist confirmed. Augers said, for the Republic. You guys are hilarious.
Yeah.
I love this chat.
It is
also
both very left-wing and right-wing.
We're doing it all. We're covering all bases.
Yeah.
Ryder also said, quote, Willie, you're giving me a headache. Are you sure that isn't the massive wound on your head, Coach? Oh, yeah, it takes off his hat.
Your Willie's giving me a headache.
Like, if they fought to the death, Berube and Nylander, like it was in
Berube's winning that.
Like, but how quickly? How quickly do you think Craig Berube would need to put Nylander in an ICU?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Like, that might be too much.
Yeah.
That guy's a scary looking dude.
It's early. If it's longer than a minute,
hey,
I'd be surprised.
It is what it is. I would love to watch that. I love that hypothetical idea. Let's go now quickly. The Anaheim lineup. Brett, it was brought to you by the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament, so I didn't prepare for this. Let me just tell you how much fun I had all weekend. Unbelievable time. Recommend the JPL. Never been there before. That's Canada. I said it on After Dark. Menzies, I always feel so bad that, like, we live 4 hours away from the Rocky Mountains. People save up. They make it like their one trip for the year to cross the world to come over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know if I could do the 4-hour drive this weekend. I was worried about making it home in time for the AFC Championship game, which I did. Got up very early on Sunday morning. But Jasper, it's an unbelievable place. Obviously, they went through a very hard time recently, but that city's back. Shout out to Jasper Bears hockey program they got going on as well in the JPL. Excellent service all weekend long.
Looked like a lot of fun.
Especially the people that were in the watch party that were helping me set up for pre-gaming and post-gaming. Arguably some of the nicest folks I've ever met. They did everything for me. They wouldn't even let me unfold the table that they brought on like a wheeled-in dolly for me. Like, good folks over there at the JPL. Bert, throw it up for me. Projected lineup for the Anaheim Ducks this evening. Yeah. So last night, obviously, they played, and now tonight will be the second half of a back-to-back. Alice Killorn on the top line with Mikael Granlund and Beckett Seneke. You look at that, you think, where'd all the good players go for the Anaheim Ducks? Well, a lot of them are injured and on the
Where's
IR
Troy
right
Terry?
now.
Where's Mason McDermott?
Where's Leo Carlson?
Yeah.
Where's Frank Vetrano?
The good players.
Not playing tonight. Sorry, Menzies. You're right. That was last year. Year. You're right. Second line, Jeffrey Vale. Brett, that's how I say it. Vale? VL with Ryan Paling and Cutter Gauthier. Your third line, Chris Kreider with Jansen Harkins and Ryan Strome. Fourth line, Ross Johnston with Tim Wash with Ian Moore. Do you know? Does anybody know?
Yes.
Thank you, Michael.
I'm going Washy.
Let's go Washy, whatever. Jackson Lacombe with Jacob Trouba, Pavel Minchikov with Drew Hellison, and Olin Zellweger with one Radko Gudas. You look at the squad, keep saying it, missing a lot of names, but injuries create opportunities, man. And that's one. Beckett Seneca this year, he has taken full advantage of that. Obviously huge last night for them. And then the other guy I want to talk about, player to watch, because he's going to be on the ice a lot tonight, Jackson Lacombe, man. He has officially arrived here in the NHL. He is now 25 years old, third full season in the NHL. Great year, 33 points, 52 games. He averages 24-29 time on ice per night. He was obviously an injury replacement for Team USA at the upcoming Olympics as he replaced Seth Jones. Good for him, man. This Duck squad, they have so much young talent. I thank our lucky stars that a lot of it is not in the lineup tonight. Leo Carlson is a guy that scares the shit out of me when I think about his future potential. But Jackson Lacombe, that's my player to watch tonight for the Ducks. Menzies, anybody jump off the page to you?
Well, I think a player I would look for is Granlund, to be honest. I think Granlund, has just carved out a real nice career for himself. These are the types of games with obviously being undermanned that he's got to have a big night if you're looking at it the Ducks wise, because you look at this lineup, this is a beatable lineup tonight. The Oilers will have the better lineup. They've got to find a way to show that, but it's just curious how Paling comes back in the Zegras trade. Obviously, Gauthier was a flyer too, and then Veli, who was this career minor leaguer, gets an opportunity. There are holes in this lineup right now due to injuries. The Oilers can take advantage of that. Let's see them take advantage.
Injuries, backup goalie, second half of back-to-back. Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Uh-oh for the Edmonton Oilers.
My player to watch, Jeffrey Viel, as we mentioned, just did the math. 85 fights on Hockey Fights right now. Going to see a lot of him if he's going to be on the second line. Not saying that we might see one, but they had a banger of a fight against Sam Helenius last week.
Who would be your guy? Who gives the tap? Because he might be giving guys the tap.
Freddie. I was going to go Freddie. Darnell needs to take one off. Darnell's been itching for scraps this season, and I love it.
Oh, he'll get his will. Viel's a good fighter. So.
Man, the Oilers just tweeted out the pregame interview with Samanski and Tony Brar. This kid,
the wind blowing in his hair
is like the fan. The wind is a paid actor. And a man has flown into the ring. Shout out, Fan
Man.
Let's go quickly. Bordzy's Bankroll brought to you by Bet365. 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365. I live bet the comeback on Saturday. So that was very nice. The beverages were going down after that. Absolutely. Had to celebrate. Tonight, we're going with, I haven't done it in a while, and it's crazy. McDavid, 2+ points at -140. It's terrible odds for that, but I just think McDavid, he obviously had 5 points in his last hockey game, did not play well against the Devils and Penguins. Obviously was unbelievable on Saturday. I think he's going to keep it going. The second option is Zachary Martin-Hyman, 3+ shots on goal. He has hit 3+ shots on goal in 9 straight hockey games for the Edmonton Oilers. It's obviously at -200 as the sports books have adjusted. And then the final one, Jake Woolman, 2+ shots at -135. He's hit that in 7 straight hockey games. Play them together, +330. That's some good juice there on Bet365. Michael Menzies, let me ask you, which of these 3 bets do you like? Which of these 3 do you like the most, and which one do you like the least?
I like Hyman the most, and I like Woolman the least for tonight's game. I think Woolman might be the one that trips you up there. May the winners be yours. What was the total? Was it 6.5?
Yeah, let me look.
This is a 6.5 total. I don't
know if Bet365 checked if you were on the show or not.
Yeah,
6.5.
6.5. Take the under.
Unders +115.
Oh,
smash.
Plus money on the under. Okay, because it'll be a 3-1 Oilers win tonight.
And we'll go for 90 minutes on the post game.
Oh.
What did we do last time? I can't remember. It was ridiculous.
Well, we had
baby sizes.
Baby discussion because we had now I'm blanking.
Bo
in the chat just giving birth. We found out about the longest baby, the heaviest baby. And
let's speculate which Edmonton Oiler you think was the biggest and longest baby at Earth or at birth. On Earth, I guess both apply.
Yeah, I should.
Unless Connor McDavid truly is Kal-El from the the planet Krypton. Showed my nerd right there, but that's actually a good segue. You see the voicemail line, the top of the YouTube chat. That will be active for Oilers Nation After Dark, where hopefully we're breaking down a Monday night hockey game that was on Prime. That hopefully ends in a W for the Edmonton Oilers. Menzies, you'll be with. Brett will be here. Intern Tristan as well. Awesome pregame show, boys. Awesome to be back in studio with you once again. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Shout out to our lovely 8 pounds, 9 ounces. We did get the final numbers.
Okay,
from
the final
Bo.
numbers. Still heavy.
That's a lot smaller than I believe I said 11 pounds.
Yeah, 11,
8 ounces or so. Yeah,
11,
5.
5. Yeah.
My bad. Can't read.
Even 8, 9's a little on the.
I'm pretty sure 11.5 was my 100 in junior high, my 100-yard dash. I'm pretty sure that's what I hit.
I feel like that'd be good.
Yeah, that's really
Welcome.
Yeah.
What happened, Brett? That'll do it.
100-yard dash to the.
Brett, put the mic and goes, no, I don't got time for that sob story. Throw down your courtesy like on the way out. It really helps the algorithm. Make sure you're subscribed to the ON YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed to The Sauce and their YouTube channel.
Mhm.
They had Jeff Nadeau back on the show this morning. I was in there bright and early. I couldn't miss Jeff Nadeau. Shout out Ryder and Lisa. They were awesome this weekend as well. Love you all. Good luck on the Bet365 Battlegrounds. And we will talk in a couple hours. Over and out. Go.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.